Good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakuni joins in for sign language interpretation. East African community leaders gathered today at State House, Nairobi, to formally endorse former Kenyan Prime Minister Raila Odinga as the candidate for chairperson of the African Union Commission. This event marks the beginning of Odinga's campaign for the February 2025 elections, where he had aims to succeed Musa Faki Mahamat. President William Ruto led the endorsement event at State House, Nairobi, hosting East African Community Chairman President Salva Kiir, President Yoweri Museveni, and President Samia Suluhu Hassan of Tanzania. Also in attendance were Burundi Prime Minister Gervais Ndirakobucha, Rwanda State Minister for Foreign Affairs James Kabarebe, former Tanzanian President Jakaya Kikwete, and former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, among other dignitaries. President Ruto praised Raila Odinga as a passionate Pan-Africanist who has demonstrated strong faith in Africa's potential and a remarkable commitment to laying the foundation for Africa's transformation. President Museveni expressed Uganda's support for Odinga's candidature, noting that the role of African Union chairperson requires vision, knowledge, and conviction, qualities that Odinga possesses. Odinga, in turn, pledged to advocate for the abolition of visas for intra-Africa travels and the removal of trade barriers, outlining his vision of the united continent characterized by peace and prosperity for all.
Now, the African Union is a crucial point because, as the Right Honorable Odinga was saying, it is the one which can enable us to negotiate together, to put pressure on those other groups, Wazungu, Wahindi, Wachina, Wa-America, to negotiate with them. And I am here to support the candidature of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga on behalf of Uganda, because he is a convinced Pan-Africanist. He's not just mtafuta kazi. There is a job, I apply for it. This is not career progression. It is not adding to your CV, this one. No, this is in the army. When we are doing our other ritual work of sorting out some issues, there is somebody who is in front of the section. We call him a pointsman. So we are now looking for a pointsman, the one to lead us in that big battle of prosperity. In order to ensure prosperity for Africa, you need patriotism in each country and Pan-Africanism in the whole of Africa. And so on. So therefore, leadership should be part of the socio-economic medicine to analyze what our societies lack and provide a diagnosis.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has delivered an official message from President Yoweri Museveni to Tonga's Prime Minister Siaosi Sovaleni. Nabanja stated that the president emphasized the importance of full cooperation between the two countries.
Today, the Prime Minister Robin Nabanja had bilateral talks with her counterpart of Tonga, Siaosi Sovaleni. The two leaders emphasized the need to fully cooperate in order to deal with the common problems that are affecting them.
Museveni is the chairperson of non-aligned movement, the group of 77 plus China. And so what use this office as chair to mobilize other global developing countries so that we can move as a team to face this reality. That we borrow money to work on our roads, but before the road can even spend 1 year, because of global warming and because of floods, the roads are washed out.
Nabanja is in Tonga to join other leaders for the 53rd Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting.
We have poverty, Uganda and Tonga, both are poor people. And so eradicating poverty is a must globally. When we talk about SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals.
Tonga is an island state in the Southern Pacific with a population of about 100,000 people.
We have sea level rise, we have more frequent cyclones, and they are becoming stronger. Yes, we have earthquake, we have volcano, so we have a whole range.
The Tonga Prime Minister says his government is now focusing on fighting poverty among his people.
The poverty reduction, I think it's something common to us, developing and least developing countries. And that's something that we're paying special attention to, because with the adverse impact of climate change,
the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja, together with her Tonga Prime Minister counterpart, launched a traditional trade fair showcasing the culture of the Tonga people.
It's used for the ladies to wear for the trades or everything here. Not only that, but we have Kaawala. That's what we're doing is we're using our hand to weave this one. It's no more needle or everything. It's only our hand can do our sewing this one.
The history of the Tonga people shows that the Kingdom of Tonga started in 1875 and they were never colonized.
The president was so categorical, but we need to work as a team. I can see what we are going through is what you are also going through here. I request that you visit Uganda. It's a debt I've given you. I request you to pay.
We concur with you that peace is essential and a key ingredient, if I may say so.
Jingo Francis reporting from Tonga.
Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has announced that the first regional sitting of the House is being held in Gulu to honor the memory of his or her predecessor, the late Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, who passed away in 2022. The Speaker made the statement while inspecting projects in Omoro district that Olanya left unfinished.
His son, the former Speaker of Parliament, now the late Jacob Olanya, lies to rest. This is a sign of love for the family, and we don't take it for granted that she has chosen to first come to this home to see Mzee, to greet him, and to see how he's living. And so we thank you and commit this short time that she has here into your hands. May you speak to us, and may her visit be a blessing, not only to the family, but to the entire community of Acholi sub-region. We are aware that the Parliament is sitting in Gulu in northern Uganda, and we pray that it will have impact.
That whenever we are going to Gulu, or going this side, wherever we are going, we will always pass by and say hello to the old man. And since you're going to live for another additional 5 years plus, another additional 5 years plus, we will come and celebrate 100 years of Mzee Okori in this home when I'm still the speaker, because I still have another term. But one thing I want to tell the press here, first of all, I want to thank you for being here. The sitting in Gulu, Greater North, is a normal sitting. Parliament is not a building in Kampala. We can proclaim and sit anywhere in this country, even in the middle of the road. That is what the law says. And bringing Parliament to sit in Gulu is an added advantage to the people of Northern Region. Gulu or Northern Region belongs to Uganda. And because it belongs to Uganda, it must also benefit from what the normal sitting that takes place in Kampala benefits. There are people, members of Parliament, who do not know even a road to Gulu. But now, this time around, when we are sitting in Gulu, you find all the hotels are full, all the food is being eaten, everything, people are benefiting. But it is also important for us to take Parliament to the people. We are elected by the people. So it is just prudent enough for us to take Parliament to the people, not always people going to Parliament. So that's one of the reasons why we are sitting in Gulu. It is nothing peculiar. It has ever happened, and is going to continue happening. Those who are saying they will boycott or whichever, it is going to continue happening until we say stop. Parliament will sit here, it will go to another region, it will go to another, but the first priority was Gulu, for us to recognize that the late Speaker of Parliament came from Gulu. This is in memory of late Olanya. That's why we chose to have the first sitting in Northern Region. I really want to thank you so much.
The Norwegian Refugee Council, in collaboration with the Refugee Law Project, has highlighted the need to engage and support child protection structures to enhance refugee protection. This conclusion was reached during a two-day learning workshop aimed at strengthening collaboration and effective referral pathways between KCCA, the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Office of the Prime Minister and Children Homes.
This is the first time to see.
The Norwegian Refugee Council, through the Refugee Law Project, has equipped urban refugee activists with tools to leverage available resources, maximize their positive impact on the well-being and protection of vulnerable children. The primary focus is to ensure that children are safeguarded from abuse, neglect, exploitation, and violence, while promoting a non-discriminatory access to quality child protection services.
It is also an opportunity for us to think through how best we can leverage on the limited resources we have, but also establish connections and networks around different structures. And it is in that effort where we want to make sure we draw lessons from previous actions, and we can leverage on those actions to make sure that we can do better to ensure the rights of children are protected.
The two-day workshop aimed to boost collaboration and establish effective referral pathways between Kampala Capital City Authority, Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Office of the Prime Minister and Children's Homes. It sought to improve understanding of the challenges affecting children and displaced persons in Kampala.
It's very important to collaborate. It's very important to coordinate such that we can offer services to children. And we are not only looking at children Ugandans, but when we are offering services, we also look at refugees. Because as far as the laws are concerned, when a child is found in Uganda, the laws that apply to Ugandan children are the same laws that apply to refugee children.
The child protection sector aims to improve effective and safe child protection systems that prevent and address child protection concerns in refugee settlements, including urban Kampala and host communities. Zahra Abigaba, UBC News.
Government has received 343 tons of relief aid worth 1.8 billion shillings to support vulnerable Congolese refugees at Naki Valley resettlement camp in Isingiro district. The donation came from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through King Salman Humanitarian Aid.
Congolese refugees in Naki Valley refugee settlement camp in Isingiro district are set to benefit from relief food valued at 1.8 billion shillings.
Bringing 12,700 food boxes to support refugees is a wonderful thing, and I thank you sincerely for that. And of course, I had a look at the boxes and saw what is, what is composing the boxes. Indeed, that is what is needed. Because you have the vegetables, oil, you have beans, you have the maize flour, you have sugar, you have salt, and all these other things. I am sure this will put a smile in the faces of our refugees.
This donation from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia comes as a timely relief given the government's struggle to feed a larger number of refugees due to reduced funding from international donors.
Also, we have heart hospital still under construction, and we announced that about the progress in this situation later. The donation will continue, and the assistance to Uganda will continue in all fields.
We are grappling with challenges of underfunding in supporting refugees, and this culminates because of the challenges we have in the wars that are across, like the war in Ukraine and the rest of the world, which has affected the global basket of funding for refugees. So we are struggling.
Government implemented strategic projects funded by international organizations to support the well-being of refugees in the country.
We have been trying our best. We've been doing a lot of interventions. There are the projects like Dr. Deep that has been focusing mainly on supporting refugees, and other UN agencies and other stakeholders have been coming on board. But what we are saying is the numbers keep on increasing.
Uganda currently hosts over 1.7 million refugees from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Rwanda and Burundi. Oko Joseph, UBC.
In matters of education, a report on the state of human resources in public service in Uganda has revealed that primary school teachers have the highest rate of early retirement among public servants at 56%.
A survey conducted between financial years 2020 to 21 and 2022 to 23 shows an increasing trend of teachers retiring from public service before their expected retirement age. The teaching profession accounts for 65% of early retirements.
It helps us align our human resource strategies with the overall acting goals of government. With a clear understanding of our human resource metrics, we can make informed decisions that drive government forward.
A majority of the retirees are teachers, and particularly primary teachers.
The number of early retirements among public servants rose from 443 in 2020 to 21 to 819 in 2022 to 23.
Overall, a total of 33,754 public servants are expected to retire in 5 years. Highest teaching services will account for 56% of the projected retirements.
There has been a call for knowledge transfer from those nearing retirement to maintain a consistent flow of expertise.
Highest Teaching services will account for 56% of the projected retirements. And other notable sectors include the police force, the local governments. Police force is at 15% and local governments is at 8%. The implication here is that there is need for the knowledge transfer, succession planning, and maintaining service delivery.
I encourage all of us to engage in meaningful discussions today, to share our perspectives and to explore innovative solutions that will propel our public service forward and also improve the accuracy of this document.
It is projected that 33,754 public servants are expected to retire between 2024 and 2028. Mario Nawori and Robert Katamba for UBC.
The ICT Association of Uganda, in partnership with the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, plus other stakeholders, are set to hold the inaugural National ICT Summit from the 23rd of October to the 24th in 2024 at Serena Hotel, Kampala. Minister of State for National Guidance, Godfrey Kabyanga, states that the summit will bring together the tech community from across Africa and is anticipated to be a landmark event convening stakeholders from across the ICT sector. The summit will also mark the 10-year anniversary of the ICT Association of Uganda and will be celebrated under the theme Economic Competitiveness Through Strategic and Sustainable Digital Transformation.
The celebrations are starting effectively 9th of September until the day of the summit. And there are going to be a lot of events that will be building up to the summit. There are going to be sector-specific engagements. There are going to be digital transformation roadmap discussions.
The most important things we're looking at are digital transformation and digital migrations all across all platforms.
We are proud of what has been accomplished over the 10 years. And this summit is a reflection of the continued commitment of the ICT Association to advance the ICT agenda in Uganda and beyond. The summit will provide a neutral and collaborative platform where government officials, policy makers, industrial leaders, innovators, and digital enthusiasts can explore the potential of digital technologies to drive economic growth and national development.
MTN Uganda has gifted Knight Ampurire, who is a vendor in Entebe's Kitoro market, who gained prominence by notoriety for vending her products in an old pickup recently.
Since its arrival in Uganda in 1998, Uganda's leading telecommunication giant, MTN, has engaged in many corporate social responsibility initiatives. These have won it many hearts. But the latest gesture in Entebe's Kitoro market to a vendor, Knight Ampurire, who has been using a vehicle in dangerous mechanic condition to trade, is so heartwarming.
Blessing, 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 blessing.
Nebaze emmotoka eno ab'MTN mwebale bambe kumbeererawo baana ba maama mukama bawa omukisa ne mungongomolako emmotoka eno amazima MTN momo bannange simanyi mukama katonda abawa omukisa.
Amidst ululation and admiration, MTN Uganda donated a Nissan pickup car to the woman who sells watermelon and pineapple at Kitoro Market. MTN Uganda Chief Executive Officer Slivia Mulinge applauded the recipient for being hardworking and exemplary to women.
Because we realize she's a hardworking woman, she's a mother of 5, she's trying to make ends meet. And for us as MTN in Uganda, we stand for Ugandans, we stand for hard enterprising Ugandans who are trying to make sure that they put food on their table, that they feed their children, and that is what she represents here. So we asked ourselves what is the difference that we could make. We had a conversation as a leadership team, And that is the reason why we are here today. So we have gifted her with one of our cars. We went and took one of the cars that we had from our fleet. We had it branded, we put insurance, we put fuel, we made sure that it was in good condition, and after that we brought it to her. So that is the reason why we are here, because we measure ourselves based on the impact that we are creating in our customers' lives.
The chairperson of Chitoro Market, Ronald Kusambira, thanked MTN and encouraged government to increase support towards small and medium enterprises.
Government has promised to track, search and repatriate all Ugandans arrested and detained in Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. This was confirmed by State Minister in charge of Employment and Industrial Relations, Esther Anyakun.
International consultants headquarters in Mexico. I'll be traveling to Saudi Arabia. I made a commitment to all the companies. My team from the ministry wanted me to go to Saudi Arabia a month ago. I told them I want to go to Saudi Arabia when I have achieved certain objectives. And one of them is to make sure that Ugandans, insurance is given to Ugandans. Another second thing is the EMS is integrated together with one we have in the ministry. And then to have a negotiation with the government of Saudi Arabia to release our children who are in detention. And Sarah, if we finish talk to Saudi Arabia government and they help us to release the children who are there, we'll come back to you as IOM to see how we can repatriate them back home.
Absolutely, it's right. Many people are dealing these jobs without registration, and that was our appeal in our presentation to the minister, that they have to do something on illegal recruiters that amounts to trafficking in person. There are many people who are operating travel agencies, and they turn out to be exporters. You hear adverts, people are taken to Canada, people are being taken to Europe, America, but these are travel agencies operating. And they're advertising on social media and also mainstream, and nothing has been done. It's I call the police, it's I call the regulators and other sister agencies to really look into this.
The Local Government Finance Commission has tasked the Ministry of Local Government to seek for funds to enhance the coffee value chain in the country. During the negotiation process for conditional grants with the Ministry of Agriculture for the financial year 2025-2026, the chairperson of the Local Government Fund, Mariam Narubega, highlighted the need to boost the robust increase in coffee exports.
Negotiations between the Local Government Finance Commission and Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries for the financial year 2024-2025. A total of 19 specific undertakings were agreed upon for implementation by MAIF. However, only a few of these undertakings were implemented, which the Local Government Finance Commission argues has hindered service delivery.
Governments had issues that they had requested the ministry or undertakings that the ministry was supposed to do in the last financial year, but many of them were not implemented. So they've been reviewing them and also making new commitments.
The negotiations between MAIF and the Local Government Finance Commission for the financial year 2025-2026 focused on boosting agro-industrialization, including production and marketing, agriculture extension and the parish development model grant.
The fishing community. There's a lot of outcry in fishing communities. UPDF is not treating the fishermen or the fishing community well. They would want the ministry to really speak out.
The Commission recommended a special grant to support the coffee sector and boost economic development.
Some of the commitments that have been made today is for the Ministry of Fisheries to go and negotiate for a grant, a special grant to promote coffee, since coffee is one of the key commodities that is aiding the economy of this country. As you saw today in the newspapers, I think we are getting a lot of proceeds in terms of coffee export to a tune of 780 billions. So we want to promote more growing of coffee.
The Commission further suggested formulating a tea policy to protect tea farmers and producers.
And the reason why there is that compromise is the absence of a tea policy in this country. There is no policy that guides the tea farmers and the processes that follow the entire value chain. Therefore, call on the Ministry of Agriculture to take up this as a matter of urgency.
This tea issue is being handled by no other than the Right Honourable Prime Minister, who is taking lead in looking at addressing the challenges around this problem. And one of the challenges is how to support the tea industry with some funding to help them come out of this problem.
Irene Faith Nantongo, Mary Namukose, UBC News.
Media practitioners have urged HIV/AIDS fighting agencies to allocate dedicated funds to communication and revamp their strategies for disseminating information. During the discussions with the media managers and editors, officials from the UNAIDS and the Uganda AIDS Commission expressed concern over reduced funding for AIDS prevention campaigns.
Yes, Kampala, of course, the prevalence is high. Masaka, it is high. Mbarara, prevalence is high. Kasese and Fort Poto.
Uganda's HIV/AIDS fighting agencies have noted a shortfall in their projected number of new HIV cases for the year. This shortfall is attributed to reduced awareness.
We still see many people engaging in multiple sexual partnerships. We still hear that there are widow inheritances. We know that there are many people out there who are engaging in relationships with the people who are not their regular partners and yet are not able to protect themselves, to use a condom or at least to test and know one's HIV status. If we were able to change those individual behaviors, then yes, we would be moving faster towards ending AIDS, and maybe 6 years would even be enough.
The Uganda AIDS Commission had projected registering 10,000 new cases by 2025. However, current records show that a total of 38,000 new cases were recorded last year in 2023. This discrepancy has prompted a special media engagement with these agencies to strategize.
I think we need to also engage more meaningfully. One of you proposed having a memorandum of understanding with the Uganda AIDS Commission and the UN agencies, because with that memorandum of understanding, then it can enable us to have regular interfaces where we keep giving you information and we give you feedback, or you give us feedback on the areas that need to be emphasized on.
The current data shows that urban areas have higher prevalence rates of HIV/AIDS compared to rural areas, leading agencies to design targeted messages for urban dwellers.
Cities have a higher prevalence than the districts or the rural populations, most especially the cities that are connected on the highway.
I think it's very important for governments to realize that access to information is very important. Information today is a public good, and it's therefore important to minimize really barriers, for citizens to access information.
But there's still a gap that needs to be worked on, especially when it comes to the manner in which information is disseminated and the platforms that are used to disseminate this information.
In Uganda, 38,000 new HIV cases were recorded in 2023, and the country has a total of 1,490,000 individuals living with HIV. Crispus Arinitwe, Abdullah Silubwama, UBC News.
The Indian community in Uganda gathered to celebrate the birth of Lord Krishna. Our reporter has the details.
The Indian High Commissioner to Uganda, Rawet Singh Upenda, says the cordial relationship between India and the Ugandan government will foster development.
This day, midnight, Lord Krishna was born in the prison, and immediately after his birth, his father Vasudeva took him across the Yamuna river and took him to a safe house of one of his friends. And later on, Lord Krishna is the one who grew up, and he was one of the main characters in our epic Mahabharata, and he is the one who gave the holiest text of Hindu religion, which is called Bhagavad Gita. That was a message from Krishna.
The community mobilizer for the Indian Association of Uganda, Paresh Mehta, noted that these celebrations strengthen community bonds and emphasize culture.
The values of Sanatan Dharma is not to backbite, not to steal something. We believe in karma because Lord Krishna gave us a Bhagavad Gita, which is our holy book, and it's all about karma. You reap what you have sown. So you do good deeds and the fruit will come.
We are celebrating the Krishna Janmashtami, and Krishna Janmashtami gives the message like it gives a message that Krishna born in a cell, in a prison, and he has struggled in his life, but he never give up the trust and with the truth and the belief. So finally he won the Mahabharata, and that's the message I want to give to the Ugandan as well as Indians, that problems will come, but we have to go with the problem, and after that we will win. That's the message I want to give.
Celebrating Lord Krishna's birth showcases the vibrant heritage of Uganda's Indian community while promoting unity and harmony.
Ekutosaku papapatatuwa musonga kati nukulu mukaganga satulu mwezi guno gwa munana jangu kudamuzi wotakulagime grounds tunyumirwe ng'okuyingira jinja kuba emitwalo ebiri naye tiketi wogigulira ku MTN Momo ogifuna ku mutwalo gumu ye ya VIP ya mitwalo 3 kati nonyiga *165*2 noti hash oba kozesa Momo app wegulire tiketi yo ku MTN Momo ku bei rahisi tosuwa abayimbi bonna ab'e Kampala n'ab'e Busoga papapate netegekeddwa Douglas Rwanga ne kutuusibwako MTN.
Together we're unstoppable.
It's true what people say, that when I wash and you wash your hands with soap, we'll have less infections as Ugandans. After all, it's hands that handle money. It's hands that feed us. Hands that prepare soil for farming. Hands that we use to learn. And hands that we use for fun.
When I wash and you wash, it means clean hands for all. So, wash your hands with soap and clean water regularly to keep away infections and disease-causing germs. This message is from the National Hand Washing Secretariat with support from UNICEF.
The East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 is here, happening on 8th and 9th of November 2024 under the theme Enhancing Tourism as Engine for Social and Economic Transformation on the sidelines of WTM London at the Rembrandt Hotel, 11th Thalo, PI South Kensington, London, SW7 2RS, United Kingdom. For tickets, exhibitors will pay £1,000 and participants will pay £300. For more information, call +256 787 096 100 or +254 795 806 969. Visit www.eaukTourismExpo.com to register.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, together with the International Growth Center, will host the 8th High-Level Economic Growth Forum from Thursday 29th to 30th August 2024 at Serena Hotel, Kampala, under the theme Seizing Opportunities for Structural Transformation to Increase Productivity and Resilience. This forum will provide a platform for policymakers. Speakers will include officials from the government of Uganda, development partners, the private sector, academia within and outside Uganda, civil society, and to discuss the growth strategies that will propel Uganda to achieve inclusive and sustainable tenfold economic growth. The policy recommendations from this forum will feed into the financial year 2025-2026 National Budget Strategy. The forum will examine how Uganda can seize opportunities in tourism, mining and exports, urbanization, industrialization, manufacturing and financing options amidst the rising global interest rates, reduced capital flows, global protectionism, geopolitical tensions and risks associated with climate change. This event will be broadcast live on the Ministry of Finance digital media platforms. Physical participation is by invite only. Follow the conversation using hashtag 8EGFUG.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Business news tonight. African member countries with deposit insurance entities have pledged to protect depositors' funds in the event of financial institution failures. This commitment made during the Africa Regional Committees of the International Association of Deposit Insurers Conference and Annual General Meeting is intended to enhance public confidence in the financial system.
Depositors are urged to make informed choices when depositing their money, while financial institutions are encouraged to continue with robust risk management systems.
The bank closure results into so many effects into the society. Depositors especially start losing confidence in the financial sector. So we really need to work together to ensure that we take adequate risks as managers of the banks, and also the depositors know your bank, know the financial performance of your bank, and take the risk that you feel is adequate for you to take as you deposit your money.
The main job of deposit insurance is to bring about public confidence in the financial systems. For instance, here in Uganda, the DPF does, by virtue of having a DPF, it makes the people, the depositing public in Uganda, to be confident and be able to put their money in their commercial banks, because in the unlikely event of a bank failure, there is a deposit protection fund to pay them. So what we do within the African region is to meet and to assess on how each of our countries are managing on financial stability.
This was observed at the opening of a 3-day Africa Regional Committees of the International Association of Deposit Insurers Conference and Annual General Meeting in Kampala. EAD constitutes of African member countries with deposit insurance entities.
Honourable, we're ready. Just press the green button.
While officiating the event, Matia Kasaija, the Minister of Finance, linked Uganda's consistent economic growth and stability to sound financial policies and systems.
There has been an upward trend in the fund growth from shillings 200 million now to over 1.4 trillion, just over 5 years of existence as an independent agency. 2, robust administrative systems and structures focusing on automation have been established.
Michael Atingi Ego, the Deputy Governor Bank of Uganda, echoed similar sentiments, underscoring the need for strong risk mitigation mechanisms.
Deposit insurance is not an invitation to take undue risks. It's a shared responsibility. We expect you to maintain the highest standards of risk management and corporate governance. Remember, the trust of your depositors is the most valuable asset.
The conference hosted by the Deposit Protection Fund is expected to provide a platform for dialogue on critical issues focusing on improving resilience of financial systems across the continent. Maureen Babide reporting for UBC News.
Chambogo University, in collaboration with agriculture researchers, is advocating for the large-scale decomposition of waste using black soldier flies to produce nutritious insect-based feeds for poultry and organic manure for crop farming.
Scientists at Chambogo University aim to recycle heaps of garbage lying in landfills by using black soldier flies. This process will produce insect-based feeds for poultry, pigs and fish, as well as organic manure to support plant production.
So basically, we all know the challenge, the unfortunate incident that happened at Kitezi landfill, where the poor management of organic waste led to a tragedy and loss of lives. But here in this project, we are looking at waste as an opportunity, using insects to recycle the huge volumes of organic waste generated in Uganda into high-quality market-driven products in form of insect-based feeds and organic fertilizers.
Under this project, we are trying to map the locations where these wastes can be formed, so that if I'm having my BSF or black soldier fly rearing facility at Chambogo, then I don't have to travel to Mbarara to go to look for the organic waste. Then I need to know that yes, there is a source just near me in Chireka.
The Ministry of Agriculture is committed to working with innovators to achieve smart agriculture and facilitate the transition from subsistence farming to commercial farming.
So the system is already there in place. What needs to be done with this project is to make sure that they link closely with all these departments, agriculture extension, and also local government. Local government is a key driver out there to make sure that at the word go, all the products and technologies are aligned. Alignment is very, very important.
The black soldier fly has the capacity to recycle 41 million tons of garbage annually and generate at least 1.5 million tons of insect-based feeds.
ICP has already developed these technologies, fine-tuned them and piloted them. So we are at the stage of scaling. And one of the first activities we have done is to establish the potential for insect farming in Uganda. And with the black soldier fly, we have established that when we adopt the black soldier fly for feed and fertilizer production, we can be able to recycle up to 41 million tons of organic waste per year. And then we produce insect-based feeds of up to the tune of 1.5 million tons, which is key for improving the production of poultry, fish and pigs. And then from this process we can also generate up to 330,000 tons of fertilizer per year, capable of fertilizing more than 210,000 hectares of land, contributing to improved crop productivity and food security.
As ICP
to make sure that these technologies, world-class technologies, reach the farmers. We make sure that we bundle the information in the most appropriate way to reach the targeted group, in this case the farmers.
Crispus Ainitwe, Abdunasiru Bwama, UBC News.
Government has issued new guidelines for the procurement of grains and grain products in the country. State Minister for Privatization and Investment, Evelyn Anite, says that all government entities will procure grain and grain products only from providers certified by government.
State Minister in charge of Privatization and Investment, Evelyn Anite, states that the new procurement guidelines align with the National Grain Policy of 2015.
Why we are doing this is to protect the lives of our humans and to protect the lives of our animals, and so as to be able to trade nationally, internationally, regionally, because you all do know that our products have been rejected globally due to aflatoxins.
This policy mandates that public entities source grain and grain products from providers certified by the Uganda National Bureau of Standards.
We have over 630 certified companies who have actually met our quality requirements to produce and supply quality grain and grain products. So this undertaking comes at a time when we feel as UNBS we already have companies who can actually match up.
This issuance of this guideline is also in accordance with the PPDA Act, which authorizes the PPDA to issue and gazette guidelines for improved public procurement.
PPDA is going to enforce through compliance. First of all, we are going to publicize it. And this is what we are doing, working with our partners, the media, to ensure that every agency, a primary school based in Soro or Kotido, is aware that this is what they are supposed to do.
So we need strong structures of the producers, strong structures of the processors like the Grain Council and the other traders of the commodities, and then the millers, the people actually who are the tail end that puts this food on our table.
Uganda remains a predominantly agricultural country, with the grain products forming a significant portion of its export commodities, although such products have been rejected across borders due to quality.
We appreciate you, and government, thank you for spearheading this cause. It's going to boost our trade, it's going to create jobs, it's going to create healthy beings.
The guideline will apply to all government procuring and disposing entities from 23rd August 2024, except for primary and secondary schools, which will implement them starting in January 2025. Diano Olwin Peters, UBC News in Kampala.
In the world of sport, the 2024 Federation of East Africa School Sports Association Games have climaxed with Uganda winning the overall crown. Our reporter has it all.
Uganda has seen off competition from rivals Kenya to win the overall title of the Federation of East Africa School Sports Games that have ended to Bukedia Comprehensive School and Amos College in Uganda. Uganda, that has now won this title for a consecutive fourth time, collected 13 gold medals, beating Kenya that came second with 11, while Burundi and Rwanda got 1, with Tanzania winning none. The 13th gold for Uganda was sealed by St. Noah girls football team that beat Kenya's Butere 1-0 during the official closing ceremony match at Bukedia Comprehensive Stadium. Other gold medal winners for Uganda included Uganda girls athletics team, the badminton boys and girls handball and table tennis teams of Kibuli SS, Kitende netball team, Bogo High table tennis, and Bogo College badminton teams. Onto these, Uganda added the boys and girls swimming gold, and St. Noah girls basketball team and hosts Amos College School that won the boys basketball title. Uganda also won football gold after hosts Amos College stunned record winners St. Mary's Kitende for their inaugural Football Boys Trophy, whose celebrations were marred by tear gas. In volleyball, hosts Bukedia settled for boys silver while their girls volleyball team settled for a bronze after beating fellow Ugandans St. Elizabeth 3-0.
A comprehensive school, our aim was to win trophies in the games we participated in, but we take what God has given us. In the boys volleyball category, we got a silver medal. Last year we were number 4. Now this is an improvement, now number 2 in the whole of East Africa.
Meanwhile, Kenya swept rugby, having won all the 3 titles in addition to boys and girls basketball 3x3 titles, and boys and girls hockey, the girls volleyball, and the boys athletics. The closing ceremony was presided over by State Minister for Sports Peter Ogwanga, with the ISF President Laurenta Petrienka, Commissioner Reverend Canon Duncan Mugumya, and government delegations from Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, Rwanda, and Tanzania in attendance.
Uganda's team to represent at the 2024 Paris Paralympics arrived and sound and has witnessed training sessions ahead of the official opening tomorrow.
Let's get ready.
For the Paralympic Games this year in France, Uganda has 4 athletes, including paralifter Denis Mbazira, who will contest the 88-kilogram category. Mbazira has had his first training session and is buzzing with confidence to deliver for Uganda against global stars in the sport.
I thank God that we have got a good time here and enough time for this game. I'm sure we are going to produce a good challenge with our competitor, and we hope to come back with some trophies. That is a medal. Yes, sure.
The others on the team are swimmer Husna Kokundakwe, who is entered for 3 events in the 100-meter breaststroke SB8, 100-meter butterfly S8, and the 50-meter freestyle S8. The team also has runner Peace Oroma, who will make her debut in the women's 1,500 meters and will also do the 400 meters T13. The highlight of the team, however, is David Emong, who is going for his 4th games and is a proud silver and bronze medal winner from his previous 2 appearances. He will run the men's 1,500 meters T46.
That is all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa. With Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team, we wish you the best of the night. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, Inspiring Uganda. Shocking statistics on road crashes in Uganda show that there were over 23,608 road accidents in a single year, 2023. This highlights an increase of 16% compared to the previous year. The Uganda Traffic and Road Safety Report of 2023 also shows that there were 24,728 casualties from road crashes, with 4,806 people dead, 16,736 seriously injured, and 3,186 escaping with minor injuries. The rampant increase in the number of road crashes and casualties in Uganda is seriously alarming. According to Uganda Police Traffic Report, 80% of road crashes in Uganda are as a result of speeding, reckless driving, and violation of traffic rules and regulations. Your life and that of other road users matters. Every life taken or injured in a road crash is an emotional loss to a family, resource loss to a business,